Hey guys, it's Josh with Josh Things Up here. I think I finally got to that point where I am just so sick and tired of being in debt that I decided that I was gonna look and see what I can do to finally get out of debt and how to start that journey. And one of the things that popped up was all of these cash stuffing videos and the envelope system and of all these Dave Ramsey videos. And I've been watching those really obsessively, and I've gotten a lot of really good information out of it just by doing a YouTube search and Google search and reading up on it and obsessing over the topic. So I decided to give this envelope thing a try, and I already have 2 binders. I have a lot of envelopes. Of course, this one is really overstuffed unnecessarily because I just got into the mindset of let me buy and prepare and kind of figure out where I want my money to go and what I want it to do for me. And then it slowly turned into I need to figure out how I'm going to carry it around, when I'm going to carry it around, and that sort of thing. I've already updated the binders. Because I figured that they really were not going to be the safest way to carry around my money because it's in and out of a bag all the time. So I decided that I needed to update these binders just based on how I carried around the money. So right now, this is the one that I currently carry around. I got it off Etsy. It's an A7 binder. It did not come with the detailing. You can probably tell that it's super glued on, and this was from an old jacket that I kind of just wanted a Harry Potter vibe. But what I wanted specifically was a zipper binder that was going to allow me to stuff it in and out of my bag and not have it fall out or have the envelopes crease or that sort of thing. So that's kind of what I wanted, was just a enclosed binder that held all of my envelopes. So let's start with the first one that I carry around. This is my monthly binder. It is what I kind of separate $620 into, and it's the categories that I kind of find myself spending in but are separate from my debt and my bills and everything else that my paycheck should go to. This is basically what I plan to live on, have fun on, and I've been using it for a month now, the system that I've set up, not necessarily the binder, but it has worked very well for me so far. So let's get into this one, and then we will go through the envelopes and how I've kind of determined what they should look like and how they should look like. So to begin with, I do have a coin pouch. I got it off of Amazon. This is just because I wanted something that was not as flexible and kind of weak in a sense that all the coins would come spilling out. So I did get a zipper encaser for specifically my coins as well. I empty it out every day or every time I have coins, and that's a whole different system. But I don't really keep a lot of coins in here because I don't like it too heavy. So I just kind of got an everyday kind of change collector. So the first envelope that I have is for gas. I do $180 in that binder for the whole month because I'm a teacher and I get paid monthly. So $180 is what goes into that envelope, and it usually lasts the 4 weeks, sometimes more. Food, specifically with friends, because when I get with my friends, we like to go out and eat a lot. So this binder envelope gets $100, and that usually does last me the 4 weeks because we usually just get together on the weekends if and when we have the time, as they work weekends, but I do not. This is relatively new, and one of the changes that I had found that I changed from the first month that I've done this to the second is that I had to include a tip envelope specifically for when I go eat out, because I would budget for what I would eat, the meals and everything else, but I would never budget for the servers and their tips. And I was a hairdresser for 10 years, so I kind of know the tips are important for customers who are going to eat out. So if you're not budgeting your tips with your actual envelope for eating out, then you should probably do this. I put $40, that's $10 a week. Usually we don't go out to eat that much, so I did include this one recently, and it's my most recent envelope setup. Then I have fun. Fun is if I decide that I want to go to like the roller skating rink, or if I want to go to a play, or if I want to go to a baseball game and there's concessions, or I go to a soccer game with my students and there's concessions. This is kind of what I get into and kind of set a limit on. It's $150, but again, this also like includes fun with my students when we go to after school activities, fun with my friends on the weekends, fun with my family. So I kind of just budget for $150 a month there. School, office, and home is if I need anything for the school, office, or my house. Like disinfectant wipes, Febreze, if I need staplers or staples, if I need pencils or pens, like this is kind of where I get the budget for that. It's also where I get the snacks for my kids who stay after school with me and do plays, as I'm a theater teacher. So I kind of give them snacks so that way from 4 to 6, they're kind of not starving and they can kind of focus a bit more. But I do limit myself to $100. So that is the next envelope. The last envelope that I have is my buffer. It's up to $100, as this kind of just always gets $40 at the beginning of the month. This is if I need extra gas money because I've been driving around everywhere, or if I go out to eat more than usual because like Mother's Day is this month, so we'll probably end up going out to eat more. And if I need to get money out to do tipping or anything, then that's kind of where this money comes in. It's up to $100. As of right now, I try to keep it at $40, so that way I don't just randomly grab into this envelope needlessly. So I kind of just keep it at $40 right now. This is also for when I'm kind of like in a rush to get money out of the envelope and I don't know exactly what category I want to get it out of. I'll just reach in here and grab the money that I need, so that way I kind of know like, yes, it's still within a contained budget, but it's not something that I have to think about. Like today I wanted lunch. I didn't know where I was going to go. They were waiting for me to get into the car, so I just grabbed money from this envelope and used it from there rather than the food envelope that I have currently. So that's kind of what that buffer is for. But that is the binder that I carry around. Again, I like it because it zips up, and if you're interested in it, I will link it down to the description box, and you can find them on Etsy, and the seller got it to me relatively quickly. It does come from Canada. I live in Texas, so it did kind of take a week and a half to get here, but I'm very happy with the binder itself. Now, I will say again, the Harry Potter emblems and the decorations do not come with the binder. It is just specifically the binder that is enclosed in a zipper. So my second binder is this big white one, and I found this one on Etsy. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it, and I liked it because one, it was going to keep me motivated because I love anything Harry Potter. You can put a sticker on a Harry Potter trash bag and I will be the happiest person ever, because I really love Harry Potter. It was part of my upbringing and part of my childhood, and it's just something that I really, really love. So let's kind of get into this. This is not set up really to take money, as it won't be able to take as much money until next month when I actually get to put it to use, as I was waiting for all the envelopes to get in. Then I decided I needed more envelopes, so I put in a second order and they just got here today. And then I saw some of your videos where you separated them into high priority and low priority, and that's exactly what this kind of binder is, but it's all mixed up at the moment. So I know I'm definitely going to get another binder, but as of right now, it does have a lot of envelopes in it, so we can go through it together and I can kind of explain what those envelopes are. So I noticed that when I was going through a lot of people's videos that we would go through, and they would always have like a goal, or they would have a dream that they were kind of working on, or an incentive to kind of do things. And that's kind of where these first two kind of come in. This envelope is for a hair suite. I do plan to go off on my own and open up a hair suite with a $12,000 goal that'll cover rent for a whole year in a suite. So that's kind of like the long-term dream there, is kind of what I want to do with that envelope. This envelope is walking per month. I do have an app that tracks my walking, and it kind of turns it into coins. I believe it's called, I can't remember what it's called, but as you walk, you get coins and it kind of like collects that money. I decided that I would use this as kind of extra Amazon money per month and kind of just use that as my budgeting tool. Like if I walk a certain amount of miles and I get $200, and $200 could go in this envelope. I don't walk that much, but it would kind of be an incentive for me to kind of keep walking as much as I can. My first envelope is retirement. I do plan on starting to save in retirement as I kind of go along, so I'm excited to kind of get this one going, but that's kind of self-explanatory. It's just retire. Then I have trips. Trips is kind of the big one that I kind of want to fill as fast as I can. This one will get capped at probably $3,000, as I usually only go on one big trip every 2 years, so that's kind of going to be what this envelope is for. We just got back from New York, so it hasn't had any money in it yet, but that's kind of what trips is for. We then have new house. I am currently 29. I know going into my 30s that I want to save for a new house, so that way I can just straight up pay it off. I don't know how much that's going to be. I haven't looked at like a cap or a goal. I just know that that's going to be an incentive that I want to save towards. So the new house is the next envelope in this binder. I started doing a savings challenge, 30,100 days. I just wanted to see what all the hype was about these saving challenges and these kind of like shade in the boxes. For some reason, I don't know what it is mentally, but when you shade in a box and you put money in there, it makes you keep it in there, and I'm not sure exactly why that is. I feel like it's because you have a tracker that's going to tell you when it's done and how it's done, and you kind of just feel like if you erase it or if you take money out of there, that you're going back on what you set out to do. So I kind of, I guess, got into the mindset of using a tracker for this one. I'm one of those people that it's go big or go home, so that's why I started with this 30,000. Not necessarily in 100 days, because I know that's kind of unrealistic for me, but in 100 deposits in an envelope, it should be 30,000. New car is another one that I have put in here. I know I'm going to need another vehicle soon because I usually pass down my vehicles to my siblings. And currently one of my siblings does need a car. So I am saving up for this one, hopefully to at least get 30,000, so that way I can pay off most of the car and have the smallest car payment possible, because I do know that I do want a truck, because as a theater teacher, you do move things a lot. So a truck is kind of needed. Buffer, again, is kind of just rollover money from my monthly expenses. Is kind of, if I have any leftover money, it goes here or it goes into a savings challenge. That's where all that money came from. It was like 230 left over from like the 680 that I had. So buffer is just another one of those extra money envelopes. Then I have debt. I do have credit card debt. I currently have 13,000. So I'm trying to pay that off as fast as I can. In fact, these next 2 months, I won't be putting this envelopes to use because I am going to make big deposits down on those credit cards and kind of just get them out of the way. I've paid off my car monthly for the next 4 months, so I know that all of the monthly income that I have can literally go towards debt and just get out of it because I'm tired of it. I don't want to do it anymore. So hopefully I can retire this envelope and make it into something else. Concerts, again, I don't do a lot of things that I consider like big events or big fun, but we have been doing a lot of concerts lately, so I decided to have a envelope for it that'll kind of be the money for snacks, the tickets, that sort of thing. So that's what concerts are for. We usually go to one a year, maybe two, maybe. If the tickets are like $69 or $70, that's usually where that envelope comes in handy. Then I have Christmas. Christmas will cap at 500 because I think that's enough for all of my family and me for gifts and that sort of thing. So Christmas does have an envelope. Row and vet is my dog. This is specifically for her vet when I have to take her to the vet to get either shots or flea pills, or in case anything happens. That's going to be what this envelope is for. We then have car maintenance. So I do need to get this one up for tires, oil changes, car registration. Luckily, my car is pretty new still. It's only a year old, so I don't really need tires. If anything, I probably just need another oil change coming up soon, but that'll only be $40, so I'm not too worried about that. Amazon, self-explanatory, Amazon money, so that way I quit spending so much on Amazon things that I do not need. So I do have its own envelope, and I have to save for things that I actually want. Then I have my parents' envelopes, my mom and my dad, just in case it's like Mother's Day or Father's Day or birthday, or just if they need any money for anything that they use around the house, I can kind of help them out there. I just thought that I needed those 2 envelopes in here as well. My future is anything that I plan to do in the future for my future, and it doesn't necessarily have a particular category. Right now I'm going to school to be a high school counselor, so that's my next journey, my next future plan. So I will definitely be saving for tuition in this envelope as tuition comes for the next 2 maybe 2.5 years. I then have 2 extra blank envelopes just in case I need to make an envelope with an index card that's labeled for anything else. But that's what's in this big binder here, and I cannot wait to put it to use. I kind of have already put it to use, but I loved the design, the Harry Potter, the envelopes, the coloring. It was all just really great. In fact, it's by this Etsy seller, AffinityByKimberly 23. I will link her in the description box for you, so that way if you're interested, you can kind of see what she has to offer for you. But I really loved the binder, and I'm really excited to put it to use. So until then, I'm going to see on how this small one continues to do for me. We got through a month, and it seemed to do very well. We're 5 days into the next month, which we have, I think, 28 days. I lied. Yeah, about 28 days left of the month, not even 28 days. So we're gonna see how this little binder works for me. We have a couple of days left in the month. So until then, we're going to continue using this small binder for the month. We are a week in, so we have 3 more weeks until next payday. So far, this has been where I've been capping my money off of what I can literally take around to spend, and it has been doing very well. So I'm excited to see if this continues to be the budget that I stick with. Until next time, my friends, I will let you know how this goes for me, and actually really excited to when I can actually start stuffing envelopes with you guys. So I'm super, super excited, and I cannot wait to go on this journey of being debt-free with y'all. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you like and hopefully subscribe to this channel and see where this journey takes us. Until next time.